What's up, everybody? We're back with another edition of Everyday Hoops. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today, we're going to be doing my award predictions for the 2024 season. I did the Eastern Conference, Western Conference predictions. If you missed that, you can go back and watch it. But today, we're trying to predict who will be the award winners for 2024. It's very tough to predict because, again, you don't know what's going to happen, what players are going to jump out of nowhere, what players are going to, you never know. But, just for fun, little award prediction video. Thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. We recently just hit 350 subs, so appreciate y'all. And thank you guys for the views on the videos and the shorts recently. Really appreciate it. If you like the content around here, consider subscribing, turn notifications, do all stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And I don't waste any more of your time. Let's get right into it. So with the award predictions, of course, we're not gonna take it too seriously, but these are just doing predictions because why not? You know what I mean? First, we're gonna start with the Sixth Man of the Year award winner. Last year, Malcolm Brogdon was the winner. In my prediction for 2024, I have Immanuel Quickley. I honestly thought Quickley was going to win last year. Here's my vote for last year. He had a really good season, and I don't see how that stops this year from him getting better. He's still very young. He's still going to be kind of in the same role, sixth man behind Jalen Brunson. And I think Quickley has a great chance to win it. The Knicks, I think, are going to be another really good team, and if Quickley could take another step, then that's even crazier. Last year he played really good, solidified himself as a sixth man. This year, if he can be even better, I also was thinking about someone from the Celtics, but I don't know who their starting lineup is going to be. I don't know if Derek White's going to come off the bench or if Al Horford's going to come off the bench, but one of those two guys definitely can win it as well, especially if the Celtics have a really good season. But for me, I'm going to go Immanuel Quickley. I feel like he should have won it last year. Well, not should have, but he was my prediction to win it last year, even though Malcolm Brogdon did have a really good season. And I think this year could be the year that he can do it, man. He can be the sixth man of the year this year. Next, for my defensive player of the year, my vote is not a big surprise, Anthony Davis. Last year was Jaren. AD in the playoffs had an amazing defensive run, and a lot of people probably picking him to win this year, and I'm doing that as well, especially seeing after the preseason what I've been seeing from him against the Suns. He had 5 blocks in 8 minutes. Defensively, he's going to be there. The Lakers are going to be a good defensive team. I feel like they always are. And AD's really the anchor for that. He's always been a really good defender. But I think this year could be the year, especially if he stays healthy, and I feel like he's going to have the year that I think he's going to have for the Lakers. I think he can definitely win this Defensive Player of the Year award, man. Definitely. I really feel like he can win this award. Other people I'm considering, maybe Jaren. Of course, Jaren's always going to be in it. Evan Mobley is going to be in it as well. Maybe someone from the Celtics. I don't really know who, because they have a whole good team defense, but if they are the #1 defense in the league, they're going to have someone in there. Probably maybe Jrue Holiday, maybe Porzingis even will be in the conversation. I don't know. But maybe even someone from the Timberwolves, Rudy Gobert, is back in the conversation this season. But for me, my pick is Anthony Davis. Now, the most improved player. This one, honestly, is one of my favorite awards to kind of predict and watch, because this is literally the award of unpredictability. Most improved player, you never know who's really going to come in and do it. Of course, I feel like the last few years it's been kind of changed a little bit. When Ja Morant won it, it was kind of it changed a lot of the perception of the award and what it originally was for. And this year, I feel like it's going to happen again, where it's going to be someone that, not saying not deserving of it, because obviously people improved, but the award is really about someone coming out of nowhere and just all of a sudden being this really good player. Not going from good to really good. Even though that is an improvement, going from 20 points to 25 points isn't that shouldn't be. Most people players should be someone from I was 9 coming off the bench, becoming a really good starter, averaging 17, 18, doubling their points or something like that. Last year, Lauri Markkanen was a great example. He was a former first top 10 pick, didn't really work out in Chicago, and Cleveland was kind of okay. Then went to Utah, and all of a sudden went from a 14-point per game scorer to a 26-point per game all-star starter type of guy. That's most improved player. So I have 2 for this. I have one that I think is going to be the winner, but I also have another one that I think maybe could do, maybe not what Lauri Markkanen did, but someone that I feel like could be, I'll explain it. So my most improved player pick, Scotty Barnes. I was looking around at teams and looking around at different teams that aren't the greatest, and look at players maybe that went to new situations and be because usually the formula of some of the most improved players are guys like Lauri Markkanen, guys like Victor Oladipo, went to new markets, new teams, and kind of just revive themselves, energize themselves. Looking around at the teams that could do that, they didn't really have a big move that I thought maybe could do it from right now. And so for the Raptors, I'm picking Scotty Barnes. I think he had a really good rookie of the year. But then last season kind of stayed the same. Didn't really improve too much. Kind of stayed the same. When I saw through the preseason, I feel like Scotty's gonna have a really big third year. Like, I think he's gonna have a really big third year. And the Raptors are not gonna be great, but I think Scotty can take a huge jump. Like, I really do think Scotty's gonna take a huge jump. And so I'm picking Scotty Barnes for my most improved player, even though, again, it's kind of contradicting what I think the most improved player should be. I just can't really think of a most improved player guy right now. Devin Vassell maybe could be a guy that could be in there, you know. Alperen Sengun could be a guy like that. I really like what those two win. But Scotty for me. But then my other most improved player pick, this is one that he's not, there's like 99% chance he's not going to win most improved player. He's not going to have the numbers maybe or anything like that. But it's someone that I think is going to have a big jump. And that is Deni Avdija from the Washington Wizards. Last year, after Rui Hachimura got traded, Deni started to kind of go off. He had a really good second half of the season. Now with the Wizards, a new kind of, they rebuild everything. Now they have Jordan Poole and Kyle Kuzma. And of course, Jordan Poole is going to be in the odds for most improved player too. But I feel like Deni Avdija can really solidify himself and have a really, really good year. You know, like, of course, I don't think he's going to have the number. I don't think he's going to average 20 points a game, be an all-star or anything like that. But I feel like he's going to have a big jump of a year where he can average solid numbers. You know, he can be pretty good. You know, that's my kind of sleeper most improved player award pick. That's probably not going to happen, but, you know, it's a award prediction. We like to have fun with it. You know, so Deni, you know, just for fun. Rookie of the year. This one is a very, very interesting award because there's a few different guys obviously they can go to. My pick, I'm going to be the boring one and pick Victor Wembanyama. I'd like to see maybe if Chet Holmgren or maybe even a guy like Scoot Henderson or maybe one of the Thompson twins sneak up there and have just an insane rookie season. You know, but I think I got to pick Victor. I feel like it's just too good to pass up on, you know. He's going to come in. We already saw in preseason how much he changes the game and dominating on both ends. And if he does that, takes into the regular season and the Spurs win a few more games than people expect, maybe even make a play-in push, who knows? Like, Victor's going to be in there. But Chet also is going to have, it's going to be Vic and Chet. Vic and Chet are going to be the top two because Chet, again, if he comes in and does what he's doing in preseason and the Thunder take a big jump and make the playoffs, he's going to have a lot of votes. But Wemby is just, he's so good. He's going to change that Spurs franchise. And I feel like he's just going to be too good to pass up on. Now we're going Coach of the Year. This one is a very interesting one as well. And seeing how the last few ones have gone, usually either goes to the best team or the team that makes the biggest surprise and jump. You know, for me, my Coach of the Year, I have Chris Finch from the Minnesota Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves are going to have a really, really good year. My Western Conference prediction video, which if you missed again, go back and watch it. I predicted the Timberwolves to be the 6th seed. I think they're going to have a really, really good team. And I think Chris Finch is going to get some votes. If they do have that type of year or even better year, which not very likely, but maybe if they get a top 4 seed or something like that, I think he'll definitely get votes. Kind of similar to like Mike Brown did. Even though the Timberwolves did make the playoffs last year, I feel like if the Timberwolves have a big jump, you know, and get a top 5 seed in the West, and Anthony Edwards an all-star, and Rudy and Cat start working out, and Jaden McDaniels has a good, like, people are definitely going to look and be like, Chris Finch should get some votes, you know. I think he will be my Coach of the Year prediction. I originally had Joe Mazzulla because I think the Celtics can have the best record, but I wanted to go something different, so I'm going to go with Chris Finch. But Joe Mazzulla could definitely be in it. Michael Malone will always be in it. I even thought of Darvin Ham if the Lakers have a really, really good season as well. Maybe even like another underrated, maybe a guy like Jamal Mosley if the Magic make the playoffs, or Mark Daigneault if the Thunder have a big season. You know, there's a lot of different names obviously for Coach of the Year, but for me, I got Chris Finch. And now my MVP vote. My MVP vote, I'm going to go with an interesting one here. A guy that I think is going to win an MVP at one point in his career. I feel like he has the skill and talent in the team to win MVP. I'm going with Jason Tatum. It's not the super obvious or not the super high odds pick. I think the odds right now are Jokic winning his 3rd, which definitely obviously could happen. But I'm going to go with Jason Tatum. I think the Celtics are going to have the best record in the league this year. Celtics are going to be really, really good. And even though their team is super, super good around them, and Jason Tatum's not going to have to average 33 points a game and have those crazy type numbers, I feel like people care a lot about winning when it comes to MVP voting. Wins are big, and the higher you are, the more votes you're probably going to get if you're the best player on the team. You already know Jason Tatum's gonna be an all-star. He's gonna be all-NBA again. We already know that for Jason Tatum, and I feel like he has the talent. He's the type of player, he's gonna win an MVP. I feel like in his career, and I feel like this could be the year. If the Celtics have a really good record or the best record in the league, and Tatum has another all-NBA type of season, the Celtics are just going through it like that, I feel like it's gonna be very hard to vote against Jason Tatum, for winning an MVP. Other guys, Nikola Jokic obviously is gonna be in there. Giannis, those two guys are always gonna be in the conversation for MVP. Maybe even Devin Booker. I would think if the Suns have a, pretty good year, Devin Booker maybe could be, in that. Other guys that maybe could be in the MVP voting. If the Timberwolves again have that good year, Anthony Edwards could sneak up in there, and win and get in that conversation. But yeah, for me, I got Jason Tatum winning the MVP this year. And now, I'm also going to do my championship prediction. My NBA Finals prediction for 2024 is a rematch. Not of last year's, but a rematch of a age-old historic rivalry. I have Lakers-Celtics in the NBA Finals. Now, I think the Celtics again are going to have a really, really good year. Honestly, it was really a coin flip between who I think the Celtics and the Bucks, because I feel like that's going to be the Eastern Conference Final. We already know they're going to match up. And I'm going to go with the Celtics. I think this is the year for the Celtics. Jrue Holiday and Chris Paul, those are too good of acquisitions to pass up on winning a championship. I got the Celtics, and then the West is very tough. The Lakers, obviously the Nuggets are probably going to be in there, and honestly, it was literally a coin flip again between the Lakers and the Nuggets for me. But I went with the Lakers, man. I feel like this could be the year. Year 21 LeBron. If AD has a defensive player of the year type year, that means he's playing a lot of games. That means he's really locking in and playing. I honestly even consider him for the MVP, honestly. But if AD has a big season, man, this Lakers team can go far. That's all I need. If AD has a big year, the Lakers can go far. I feel like if AD does have that year, LeBron can kind of just coast a little bit in the regular season, and then once it gets to playoff time, LeBron locks in, AD is locked in, and if the role players just contribute a little bit, if D'Lo has a solid run, and Gabe Vincent is hitting shots, and Taurean Prince is hitting shots, Austin Reeves has a big 30-year, if all those things, of course, and it needs everything to kind of go right. That's for everybody. Celtics need things to go right. The Lakers need things to go right. But my prediction, I'm going with Celtics and Lakers in 2024, which, how crazy would that be? 2024, Kobe 24, Celtics, Lakers. It's too good. The story is too good. The script writers could be doing their thing. They could have some gold right there. 2024 Lakers, Celtics. And I'm going with the Celtics. I got the Celtics winning, man. The Celtics, at first I had the Bucks, but then I was thinking, I'm like the Celtics are too good, man. That Celtics team is too good that I don't see how. Obviously I can see how they lose if the Bucks are not that far behind. If Giannis and Dame have a big run and Chris Middleton becomes Chris Middleton from 2 years ago, then obviously the Bucks can do the same thing as well. Even if the Lakers, if LeBron and AD are fully locked in and playing really well, not a lot of teams are going to be able to stop those two guys. Obviously it's a huge wide open, not wide open, but there's only a few teams really that really could win a championship as of right now before the season starts. We don't know what's going to happen in the season, if injuries happen, or if some random team out of nowhere just becomes really, really good all of a sudden. But my prediction, 2024, I got the Celtics beating the Lakers in the NBA Finals, and Boston finally getting that trophy for the first time since 2008. Been a very long time, but I'm going with Boston. Yeah, that's it for today. Those are my predictions for the 2024 season. The season starts tomorrow. So excited, man. So excited for the content we're going to be able to do. Going to be doing some recaps. Going to be doing some, just a lot of different things so far this NBA season. I can't wait for it. Thank you guys for views on the videos and the shorts recently. Again, really appreciate it. If you enjoyed the content, consider subscribing, turn notifications, also like that. Really appreciate it. Really upset a lot. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.